Hi everyone, welcome back to Rock Steady. It's been a little while since I made any videos, but I've had a really busy time recently. Lots and lots going on since we came back from Comic-Con. That was the last video I uploaded, and it was just a short, I think. But yeah, back to reality. I have been doing my derma rolling. I've been continuing to do it, but I won't say that I have a set time. You know, some people will say I do it every 3 days, I do it every whatever. I do it whenever I can fit it in and I remember and I'm not too tired. So basically the intervals between my sessions are not the same. I've also started doing something recently which I'm not prepared to actually show on camera, but I'm going to tell you if it works and how it goes, and that is on this part of my arms, which I consider disgusting. Bingo wings, there you go. So we all get them, I guess, as we get older, but mine stop me from wanting to wear sleeveless tops. I'm sorry, I've been on a low carb diet and this is getting a bit big. Yeah, they stop me from doing that, and if it's successful, then I shall tackle other areas that I'm not particularly happy about. But for the most part, we're talking about my face. Now, there is no makeup whatsoever on my face, no powder. I normally wear powder to tone down my pinky areas, to give me an even skin tone. I do have some rosacea, which is horrible, but I've bought some cream recently. I don't know if it's going to work. I used it once and forgot to use it again. Typical of me. But yeah, so I do have some like redness and stuff like that. The redness you see is not now part of derma rolling or microneedling or derma stamping, whatever you want to call it, because I don't micro needle with the pen, but I do derma stamp this area, and I derma roll with all my face and my neck and a little bit on the décolletage area there. So since I started, I had been showing some progress periodically. I've been really happy with the progress. Very, very happy. My personal opinion is that the areas that I wanted improving have improved immensely. They're not perfect, but they have improved immensely. Now, as many of you know, I'm also using tretinoin, but I've had a 3-month break from it because the company that I use, they like to be quite ethical, and if you've used it solidly for 6 months, they like you to have a 3-month break for safety reasons. So I've been on a 3-month break, but I do have a new one to start, and I've got an unboxing later. If you want to watch the tretinoin or retinol, if you want to give it its correct, most well-known name. So yeah, I have been doing that as well, and that improved a lot of the texture of my skin. I have a condition, it's not a condition, it's not like a label, but I have a problem where my skin produces a lot of sebum, and sebum then interacts with bacteria, and that's what causes breakouts and spots. And so when I was young, none of this was known. You know, they told you not to eat chocolate. What young person doesn't want to eat chocolate? They told you not to eat fried food, as if that really makes any difference whatsoever. None of it did. There was one soap that I used to use as a child called Sebamed, and it worked, but it dried my skin quite a lot. But it worked because it worked on the sebum, but nobody really understood the reasoning back then. Now there are products everywhere that you can control sebum. So I don't really tend to get breakouts. I get the odd spot. And mostly it's usually because I've got to start putting some sunscreen on to go out and that sort of thing, because the sun has appeared in the sky, which doesn't happen that often in the UK. Well, not recently anyway, but yeah, then that will kind of cause me to have a bit of a spot or two here and there, but they're not usually bad and they usually go quite quick. So yeah, I don't really get like breakouts as such. But for the longest time, I did use a product called Duac, D-U-A-C, and Duac worked on the sebum. That was long before I found tretinoin. And that brightens your skin and stopped the breakouts for me, because it kind of corrects those sebum levels and stops that bacterial breakout. So yeah, brilliant stuff. But obviously I don't use it anymore, because I can't use both at the same time. Well, I could, but maybe I shouldn't. I don't know, so I don't. You know, that's the thing. Okay, so I've been a bit remiss not doing it as often as I should, but just recently, I would say, since coming back from Comic-Con, I have possibly in the last 3 weeks done it twice. So that's quite good for me. That's really stepping it up. I intend to do it more often. But the parameters of timing need to be right for me. I don't obviously want to put powder or anything on my face after I've done it, because you've made these little tiny holes. They are not deep. I don't draw blood. But, you know, anything that you put on your face is going to go in. And so I don't want to put powder or makeup or anything like that on, because that means you could get an infection from that, or you know, your skin could react, so, and you get a spot or whatever. So I don't really want to do that. So I like to leave it a while before I have to maybe put some powder on before I go on camera. So it's really got to be maybe in the evening, and if I forget and it's too late, then I won't bother. But you know, sometimes I try my best at the moment anyway to get more often. I've probably done it 2 or 3 times, I'd say. I can't say for sure. But yeah, and sometimes I forget to do an area as well. So I'm not the world's best at it. I mean, I always do my face, but sometimes I'll come away and thinking, you were doing your hands just to see if it made any difference. And then you stopped and you forgot all about it. So yeah, I'm not great, I have to say. But I do the same thing that I always have. I really always double cleanse. So I'll use a facial wash, and I'll either use a Dermatica or a CeraVe, and you know, use that. And then once my skin's dry, I'll use micellar water with antibacterial or something, just to go over and make sure that my skin is completely and utterly clean from any foreign stuff, you know, that left from the day. And then I will put on my hyaluronic acid, which is called by the Ordinary, I think it's called Matrix, and I'll use that, and then I'll do my Derma roll. But I always sterilize it with the alcohol spray before and after I've used it. So yeah, never really had any problems since doing all that. And I have to say that the texture still, I mean, it still kind of could be improved some, but wow, I'm really pleased with what's happened so far, really. Now I have a scar around here, and even that, I can't say it's going, but it's not as puffy and not as noticeable. It's actually, they work very good and put it in the crease of your neck. So yeah, it's a lot better than it was, put it that way. So I'm really pleased with the results I'm getting. I'm not going to stop just yet. I don't know how good that will get. I don't know how you know, how much improvement I will get from this, but I am going to make sure I try to do it at least every 3 to 4 days. Definitely going to try it and step it up a little bit more. And now that I'm back in the swing, I will come and do some more updates, but obviously I don't like to bombard you with them. Anyway, that's where I'm at. So a bit of a close-up. Yeah, I've still got a few problem areas on my cheeks that I like to, I have a scar there as well, which I was hoping would really diminish, and I think it has. It used to be a real channel. And my 2 lines here, which I used to call my forehead bottom, bum, yeah, it's a lot less. I don't get big folds here, and so that's cool. But yeah, I'm just carrying on, plugging away. I'll let you know how it goes. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. I'll see you guys on the next one. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I'll see you guys.